Hey everyone, want to stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here and you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. Today came out the day realized gain of $509. Going to kind of walk through this portfolio, walk through what I'm looking for in regards to the market tomorrow and for this week and why I adjusted the trades that I did. If you made money today, comment got paid. If you lost money today, comment below, learn a lesson. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're trading. If you could do me a big favor, hit the like button for the YouTube algo. Definitely appreciate it. So today, Apple was my biggest winner, even though I left a ton of money on the table. And why did I do that? Why did I do that? Apple was a trade that I put on yesterday. I put this trade on, let's see here, Apple. So I put it on for $315 a contract. I have 5 contracts. I had the 122 calls for next week expiration. Sold them off this morning for $372. So, not a big gain, but still pulled out $284. However, these contracts are going for a lot of money. At close, these contracts were going for like $660. So yeah. Let's see. Next week expiration. Let's see here. 122 calls. Yeah, $660. Between the bid and ask here for next week. I paid $315. The reason why they went 20% against me yesterday, and my target was 124, 125 area on Apple. Apple hit that out of the park, as you can see this morning, right at open. So I sold right at open, and we gapped up to 124. We were like 124.50. I took the money and ran. We pumped up to 127, and we came back up. Right now it's 128 after hours, just about. So the lesson in that is, people are like, hey, why didn't you hold on? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And the thing is, in my mind, when I set a profit target, that profit target is there to protect me from myself. Because sometimes you just think, oh, I'll let my winner run, I'll let it run. And that winner turns into a loser. So I take my profits. People may not like that. People may not think that's the right way to trade. But this is the way I trade. This is the way it protects me from myself. Because I know that the longer I hold on, like what if Apple pumped this morning, I didn't take profits, and then it faded all the way back, and I was actually down money at the time, right? So, that's kind of the situation. Same with Lululemon. Lululemon, I only made a $25 gain on Lululemon, but Lululemon, I accidentally put the wrong expiration on. I was holding it, and this thing was down at one point. Lululemon was down $600 in loss, came back to break even. I took it off, and I would have made, today, let's see, what did these close at? $855, so not much more. I sold Lulu. See here, I sold Lulu for $9. So I made money. If I held on to Lululemon, these contracts today were kind of all over. I was in the 350s. I sold it for $9 this morning. Lululemon, if we zoom in on these contracts here, Lululemon, it opened at 7, went as high as 12, came back down to like the 7 and 6 range. And the thing is, I didn't have any time to be wrong. Like if I made a mistake, these expired this week. I don't have any time to be around, so I'm just taking my money. I can take the profit, even though it was $25. I could take the profit and flip this into something else, and this is why I took profits on Lululemon. Lululemon was, to be honest with you, Lululemon was a bit dicey over the last few days. I bought it right down here. It was $350. Came down to 337, was down 600. Came back up yesterday. I was down like 150. Came up today is profitable. I took that thing off because after today, I only have 3 more days, and you don't want to hold that into expiration Friday because theta is coming in hot. Sure, it could have gapped up to 370 or 380 or whatever, but you don't know. You don't know what the stock's going to do. I could wake up tomorrow, Lululemon's going to be 330. So that is why I took my profits. I think those were the two, I would say, most difficult trades. Now, the reason why, I'll go through a couple more day trades here, but the reason why I want to talk about tomorrow, the reason why I was scaling back my risk is tomorrow is Fed day. Tomorrow's Fed day. So let me scroll up here. Tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, Jerome Powell is going to come out and say, hey, interest rates are most likely not going to be changed. But we know that when Jerome Powell talks, sometimes he is a little bit Mr. Doom and Gloom, and he comes out and says like, the economy's not going to recover anytime soon, blah, blah, blah. We don't know what he's going to say. So if we don't know what he's going to say, I wanted to reduce my overnight risk. I didn't want to have Apple and Lululemon. I mean, I was trading, each trade was costing me like $1,000. So I didn't want to have that risk. And they were naked calls. I didn't have a spread on. These were naked calls. So I didn't want to wake up tomorrow and people are like, oh, well, it's Fed day. What did you expect? Well, that's why I reduced my risks, because going into Fed day, I know that, it's a variable. It's a variable. I mean, it could work out great and the market blasts off, or it could work off pretty horrible, And also on top of this, they're trying to get a COVID relief package out. And as you guys know, market was running a little bit hot that these guys are meeting, and maybe they will do it. Maybe they'll do it. He even said in here, we're not leaving here without a COVID package, McConnell told reporters today. It's not going to happen. We're going to stay here until we get a COVID package, no matter how long it takes. So as of right now, market closed, there's still no package. I don't know if there's one going to be coming out or not. And so far, they've been doing the same thing they've been saying the same thing for months. Like, the American people deserve a COVID package, so why don't you do it? But every time they announce that that's not going to happen, the market tanks. So the algos are reacting to that right now. They're on the upside. So I said, hey, while we're up, might as well sell. I'm still exposed to the market. I'm still in some trades. So, we'll kind of see what happens. SPY today. SPY, we tapped, we closed near the highs here, 369. We got to push 371. We got to get out of here. Qs, we're at the top of the range too. We're at 307.29, 308.60, double top around here. So I would like to see a little bit of continuation into tomorrow. But we also had, how many green days did we have on the NASDAQ? We had 3 or 4 green days in a row. So we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful right in here. So that's why I kind of trimmed a little bit. Made a little bit of money in PENN today. PENN, I did a day trade that I didn't expect it. I was expecting it to kind of hold, but once it broke 80, it really pushed. So I sold this rip here on PENN. What I had was the 80 calls, but for, you can't see this, January 15th. Let me pull up PENN here so you can see what's going on here. So PENN, I had for January 15th, the 80 calls. I bought them for 65, flipped them for $8. About, almost 2 hours later, a little less than 2 hours later, because what I really want to do, 11.50. So 11.50, what price was it? It was right here. I figured how much more I could have had to run, and sure, it got a little bit choppy and still running. But on PENN, the trend is definitely a friend. I sold this pop up in here. If it comes back down to 80 on PENN, I will be looking to be a buyer of some premium in here. So if it comes down to 80 or sub 80, I will look to re-enter this trade and kind of seeing where it's going to go here. But right now, I'm just going to try to pick off some day trades. NIO, I made some money in as well. Yesterday on NIO, let me pull up this NIO contract. I was in the December 31st, 42 calls for NIO. I actually put this on yesterday. I was up 30% on it. I bought it for $330. And I sold it today for $430 on NIO today. So I bought this yesterday at 1:27 p.m. Sold it at 9:43. NIO had a nice rip this morning, and then it was looking a little bit dicey. So at 9:40, I sold it on this pop on the way down. I actually 9:43. I took it off. So 9:43. It caught the top nicely. Then it came back down. Probably should have reloaded because it's continuing higher. I really like how NAO is bouncing off the 40. So I've been trading that. I've been trading it a few times over the past week or so. Is that it's been bouncing down in this range. I've been buying the dip, and it's been working out. So right now, all I have is some premium that I'm selling in NIO. So we'll see. So hopefully we can get a dip on NAO, we get a dip on PENN, and I can re-enter those positions. Now CRM is causing me the most pain. You're like, man, Nick, why aren't you cutting it? Why aren't you cutting it? And it's because it's chilling right at 220. Now the bulk of this loss right here is this. I'm short the 245 and long the 235 put, and this is a credit put spread I had on for earnings that went against me. So I've been bag holding, expires this week, so I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with it. I'm down about 500. However, I am up on the credit put spread for January, so I'm up a tad, not a lot, and I am currently down about $200 or 18% on the 220 call for January. So the reason why I'm kind of hanging on to CRM is even though it dips below, today it dipped below, went to 218. I think it's trying to shake some people out, but as you can see here on the 1 year, it's holding, that thing is holding steady. Again, we closed above 220, so it's holding. Is it going to flush? I don't know. Is it going to? It's been trying to. I mean, after earnings came down to 215, 216, then bounced. Today 218, and then bounced. You know, it's definitely not strong. Even though the market was strong, CRM every day. Look. Yesterday, 224 area, flushed to 221. Today, opened 222, flushed at open 219. So immediately got the flush. So I'm kind of holding. I think that we're gonna push. CRM is gonna push 230. So, you know, for me to make money on this naked call here at 52 delta, I'm going to need to go up about $3.50 to $4 here, unless we can get the calls to inflate a little bit with some implied volatility. But we'll see. We'll see. And that's mainly what I'm looking for. FedEx, down a little bit on FedEx. I'm looking to pre-earnings run. Now, FedEx has earnings on... What did they got earnings on? They have earnings on Thursday after market close. Now, what I'm looking for, I have a debit call spread. I'm looking for it to return up to the 295 area. I'm not looking for it to break 300, 305. I'm just looking for it to come back up to the 295. I think it can run $10 pre-earnings. So far, I'm down about $60 on that position. So, you know, we'll kind of see. You know, right now I'm just kind of playing low and slow. We are in December. We don't know what's going to happen. Are we going to have a Santa rally? Is this thing going to sell off hard? People are going to take their gains to get some. You know, I don't know. So if you don't know, just don't randomly put trades on and assume that, you know what's going on. You know, anything can happen. This is the stock market. We've seen some crazy things. And right now I'm sticking to, you know, NIO, Apple, SPY. I'm trading the Qs. And then I'm trying to get a pre-earnings run on FedEx. And I'm trying to see if I get a dip on PENN. So hopefully, I kind of hope tomorrow opens red and then we kind of recover so I can put some more positions on and play with it that way. So if you watch this video to the end, comment watch to the end. And as always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.